Hi, my name is Leah Raptis, and I did my graduation project on exceptional children. And for my graduation product, I chose to conduct 2 interviews with teachers here at East Mac, exceptional children teachers. And I chose to do this because I felt that it would best reflect what I wrote in my paper, and that the best way to learn from things is to get real-life experiences and to see what the people that spend the most time with them, what they think. So, what is your name?
Michael Lubicic.
What do you teach?
I'm an EC assistant.
What is your specialty with exceptional children?
I'm actually new to exceptional children, so I don't know if I have a specialty, but it's something I love to do. So.
Okay. What degree do you hold?
I have a degree in sociology with a concentration in criminology and a minor in psychology.
Okay. Do you teach any classes?
We switch classes, and since I'm an assistant, I kind of facilitate what everybody else needs to be done.
Okay. What special accommodations do the students have?
I mean, there's wheelchairs, there's kids that need to be bathroomed every hour, kids that are fed through a tube, stuff like that.
How many children are in the classes?
Anywhere from like 6 to 8.
Do you feel as if this number is too high or too low?
I mean, it depends, because it depends on what kind of kids they are. Some kids need more attention than others, so you can't really say. As long as you have like enough people to fill to staff that room, it works out.
What is the daily routine, and what are some struggles that the kids have?
There is no daily routine. You can't plan for a lot of things that go on, so. I mean, we switch classes, but some kids come in at 9 o'clock when we start switching at 7:30, so you don't have a daily routine. That's one thing.
Do you belong to any organization where your feedback is considered?
As far as what?
Outside of school?
No.
In CMS, are teachers' perspectives ever considered?
I think they are considered, but I also think it's easy for people in CMS to just say this is how it's going to be done without actually being involved in it. I mean, as far as like switching classes with the EC students, it's way easier said than done, and there's a lot more things that I think they didn't think of that now we're finding out as we go along.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
What is your name?
Jennifer Deegan.
What do you teach?
I teach special education in the resource level. This year I'm teaching a civics and economics learning lab, and next semester a 9th grade occupational course to study English.
What is your specialty with exceptional children?
I'm certified K-12 special ed, and I have a concentration in theater, and my main degree is with students with learning disabilities.
What degree do you hold?
Oh, sorry, I have a bachelor's in arts with special ed.
Okay. What special accommodations do your students have?
Mine typically in the mainstream, my learning lab kids, they have mostly extended time, which is time and a half. They have typically separate room where there's no more than 12 students. Most of them have preferential seating, things like that, where they're near the teacher. I have some who get notes taken or given to them by the teachers. It varies from student to student.
Do you feel as if the number of students in your classes are too high or too low?
Ours, we keep them regulated. We have a great administration that keeps our kids low. For instance, I only have 7 in my learning lab. Next semester I will have 14 in my English class, which is quite a few, but I will have an assistant to help out. But we keep our numbers pretty regulated.
Do you feel as if a ratio varies between the kids and the setting?
Oh, there's definitely a different ratio. I mean, depending on what level of service they get. If they're on the occupational course of track, you can only have 12 with or max 14 with an assistant. If they're in the general population, we try to keep it at if there's a classroom of 30 kids, only 15 of them, or 12 to 15 would be special ed. And then down on our 100 hall, those are 8 to 1 adult. So the ratios are definitely different.
Okay. What laws do you have to abide by?
The main one is IDEA, which is mostly with least restrictive environment, where our kids have to be appropriately placed by their IQ level and their achievement levels, and where they're most restricted, or least restricted, excuse me. So we vary them. That's the main one that we follow, but we also do have to follow No Child Left Behind, where you have to be a highly qualified teacher. So that kind of hit us hard this year.
What is your daily routine, and what are some of the kids' struggles in the classroom?
This year, since I'm department chair, my daily routine has changed because I only have one class this semester, so it's fourth block. So I get here, we do a lot of paperwork, but most teachers, and I'll tell you in general, they pretty much get here. We do mostly review after review after review, because we're just trying to make sure that but yeah, so I mean, it's just, every day we just kind of teach. We try to keep ourselves as general ed teachers the same, as they do. So it's, kind of a daily, just teaching them education.
As department chair, what are some of your responsibilities with the Exceptional Children Department?
Since we have kind of two different groups, we have our self-contained 5 classes, and then I have 6 teachers out that do in general ed. But as department chair, I set up all the IEP meetings. I kind of make sure that everyone does their case management. I kind of manage the teachers. If there's any questions from administration, they go through me. I deal with some of the discipline issues. I do scheduling for EC students. That's pretty much it. And then pretty much if there's anything comes up during the day, we have to deal with that. So.
Do you belong to any organization where your feedback is considered?
I probably should, but no, I don't.
In CMS, are teachers' perspectives ever considered?
I think they're starting to more. I think there's a younger generation kind of getting to the top of some of the CMS different departments. I know that we have a lot of new people in exceptional children, and I think that's helping out where if they've been in the classroom in the last couple of years, where a lot of people, you haven't been in the classroom in 20, 30 years, you have no idea what's going on. So they have no idea how to help us, where there's this younger generation of people in their 30s and 40s who've been coming out of the classroom, and that, I think, is helping.
What are some recommendations for change in legislation toward exceptional children, in your opinion?
Oh my goodness. With No Child Left Behind being highly qualified, I've been a teacher for 11 years, and I was told this year was the first year that I can't teach my own classes. I actually have to have a general ed teacher sign their name above mine, because I'm not considered highly qualified, because I don't have a content area. So I do think that should be changed, because you take a kid that's 22 right out of college, you're saying they know more about teaching a civics and economics class or an English class than I have, and I've been doing it for 11 years. So that would be something that I think has bothered a lot of special educators in the last year. So.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, goodness. Thank you.